All right, I know this video is it could I know this is going to be a bit divisive here, but the question has been asked over and over and over again amongst the Sistas fan base. Should Karen fire Pam? Now, over the weekend I made a photo. It's not even a meme, but it has the caption or the question on top. Who is the nosier character? And I had photos of both Pam from Sistas, Miss Jody from the Oval. And when I tell you the responses have been hilarious, I posted this on Instagram, the YouTube community page. In the form of a poll. The Sistas Facebook group, the Oval Facebook group. It's just been crazy. But in regards to YouTube, it's only been like 15 hours since I posted this, but with over 350 votes, 64% say Miss Jody and 36% say Pam. But I've seen the comments vary on the other social media platforms where one could say that they're both nosy as hell, but at least Miss Jody's nosiness has come in the form of usefulness to the characters more than Pam, because Pam, I feel like, to me, her biggest sin of being nosy was early in season 2, when, if you remember, Karen had Zach and Aaron in front of her, in front of all the ladies, and she chose Aaron over Zach. And afterwards, Karen was talking about how, I'm going to have a romantic evening in a hotel. Pam, like the likes of Danny and all the other women, assumed that Karen was getting back together with Zach. So she took it upon herself to find out the hotel name. And honestly, I think it was Karen who told her the name of the hotel. But she found out what room she was staying in. And she ordered roses and champagne, basically the works, so her boss and friend could have a wonderful night with Zach, who she thought she was going to be with. And this is after, Zach and Fatima had met for the first time at the Chainbreakers meeting after she ruined his bike. And Pam told Zach everything because, again, it's like, oh yeah, you could pay me back for the champagne and roses, because she told Zach the hotel name and the room number, again, assuming Zach was going there with Karen. And then that's how Zach found out where they were. He got Fatima to drop him off, and she's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Yeah, I'm going to stop here. Okay. So he gets dropped off. He goes up to the room, breaks in there, and attacks Aaron, and goes to jail. Now, I'm not blaming Pam for Zach's actions. She just indirectly enabled him to do so. You can almost make the same argument for Fatima. Like, Fatima's the one who dropped him off. Zach would have found a way to that hotel regardless. Even though his bike was broken down, he would have been riding on sparks if it meant getting there to stop Aaron and Karen. So, to me, Pam definitely uses her powers for what she thinks is good, but it ends up causing more issues than solutions. Now, the one thing some people have pointed out is like, well, remember when Zach and Karen were going at it in Karen's office at work, and when Aaron showed up, he overheard a noise and he thought it was fighting, and then Pam tried to stop him, but he busted the door anyway and saw what they were doing. So yeah, she did try to have Karen's back in that moment, so it is what it is. But I will say this much: I don't hate Pam like a lot of people do. I can see how her character comes across as annoying, intrusive, nosy beyond belief. But I will say that she knows what she's doing, obviously. It's just that I feel like her switch can be cut off easier than Miss Jody, because the only time we really saw Miss Jody kind of back down was when Nancy cursed at her when Sam and Richard were having a fight. And even then, she still has some things to say before she went back in the house. But Pam, you snap on her. It's like, okay, I'll go back to work. But then she's still going to get one or two more lines in. So I feel like, for me, firing Pam is a good thing for Karen now, given that her business is about to tank. But at the same time, she could use all the help she can get. It's just that I will admit, I feel like this was wrong how somebody said this, but somebody's like, the reason I hate Pam is because every time she talks, it sounds like she's singing. So what are you doing with Zach? I know that he cut you a check. Ooh, what about Aaron? That tall. I'm like, I found out that she was Beyonce's cousin, but I never really thought of it. So part of me is like, wait, is she channeling her inner cousin Beyonce when she's talking? I don't know. But we all had that one friend who, look, especially in college, this was crazy. There will always be those friends or those people where you could just be sitting in a room, like it could be your roommate, it could be your buddy down the hallway in the dorm, y'all just chilling, and out of nowhere they'll burst into song. I feel like the worst kind of people are the ones like you're mid-conversation and you say a line of dialogue or even a word, they will take that and like sing the song that line came from. It's crazy. Like somebody said, you know what? Hey, man, I had a tough time getting to class today or getting to work. I was late because I locked my keys in my car last night. And then they'll be locked up, won't let me. It's like, come on now, man. We were just trying to have a damn conversation. So for me personally, I think that Pam is to Karen what Maurice is to Sabrina, to an extent what Fatima was to Andy back in the early seasons when she had a smaller role. And also, those situations, because Sabrina is technically Maurice's boss and Fatima works as Andy's assistant and Pam works at Karen's salon. Danny and Zach, well, they're co-workers. So, now that you think about it, so you can almost say that Pam is a necessary evil because she's a major character at Karen's place of employment. That way, when she's not with the girls and she's not at home, she has somebody to talk to about plot. So you could argue that's what Pam's main reason for existing is. But other than that, I get it, especially this last episode, which you all saw my review from that one, and you know how badly I hated that episode. It showed almost every character at their worst. It's like Tyler Perry took their worst character traits and just like dialed them up to 15. So I feel like the last episode is what really set people off. And Pam was really getting annoying from standing outside the door to hear what Karen was talking about and this and that. So I get it. I get it. But that's really all I have to say about the character. I get that. Put it this way. At least we don't see her as much as Maurice. And even though Maurice is a fan favorite, he was my favorite character for a majority of season 1, but then we got too much of him and it just, the thirst and, just over sexualizing everything. Even though we have Calvin and some other characters who call him out on it, he just became a bit too much for me. At least Pam isn't shown as much as Maurice, but the time that Pam is on screen can be a bit frustrating for most of it. But regardless, let me put it this way. We've seen worse, or at least I could say I've seen worse from all the Tyler Perry shows I reviewed. But one thing about Pam, she's consistent. Just saying. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think Karen should fire Pam? Because I think for me, her biggest sin professionally is how unprofessional she is. But I guess that it's like, the barbershop is the place that men go to kind of unwind. But like I don't even want to say spill tea, but just talk smack with each other. And the beauty shop is, well, where women do the same thing, gossip and whatnot. It's just that Pam just needs to learn how to read the room and understand when she's doing a bit too much. That way you won't have people like Karen snapping at her all the time, because more often than not, when Karen snaps on her, it's done so out of right because Pam just keeps going and going. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It is easy to hate the character, but from my point of view, it is what it is. I think I liked her character more on If Loving You Is Wrong, because she played like the nurse at the jail or something like that. So I do remember her from a previous Tyler Perry project. But let's talk about it more like I said, in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe, that way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the video, in conjunction with hitting the bell and selecting all. Follow me on social media, links are in the description below. And if you want to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. It's kind of weird because I spent this episode defending Pam, so to speak, and I forgot if I even did my social media plugs at the beginning of the video. Yeesh. Wow. Okay. Talk to you all later.